puppy. Hi, how are you doing today? Welcome to the border, Ryker, and welcome to another beautiful day in the Scottish borders. Man, it's a good day to be alive. There's warmth in the sun, a nice cool breeze. Superb. So how's everyone feeling today? I hope you're all well and happy and healthy and managing to use some of your time in lockdown productively. Oh, now there's a road, I don't know where it goes. Okay, let's do this. I could hazard a guess at where this road comes out. I'd probably be right, but I've never taken this road, so let's see what it's like. I think that's one of the best things of owning a bike or a Ryker is somehow, sometimes, the bike seems to choose the road. And those are the best adventures because you see views that you wouldn't normally see. These hills and valleys around here have been the home of the Rievers for centuries. The Rievers are no more. They were fighting bands of mercenaries, all single clan members, and they were usually fighting with other clans. And they fought a lot with the English, but they were cattle thieves, and some of them, I'm not going to say all of them, but some of them in the border wars with the English, who they fought for depended on two things. One, who was winning, and two, who paid the most. They were very mercenary in that respect. So this is Rievers Parish Church. We're in the village of Minto. That's Minto Golf Course over there. And an old-fashioned telephone box, and it looks like it's been put to very good use. Yes. Housed in there is a defibrillator. For restarting people's hearts. They are all over this area. There's a charity that's been set up. They have been raising money and putting these things all over the borders. There's one here, obviously. I know that there's one in the supermarket that we go to, and there's one down by the river. And I think it's an amazing thing. And to use an old telephone box, that's just genius. What a fantastic repurposing. As I said, this is Minto Parish Church, Rievers Parish Church in the village of Minto. Absolutely beautiful. And you can hear the birds everywhere. Everything's so still. I can hear wood pigeon in the trees over there. So let's move on. At one time, this house in front of us would have been the local schoolhouse for the village and the surrounding farms, and appropriately enough, it's called the study. How very cool. Beautiful gullies there. Let's see. Does this have a way to get down to the river? No, not really. Okay. I think we'll try and stop and have a look at the river here. If we can find somewhere where we're not in the way. Let's actually stop here, shall we? Hiya. Little puppy. Well, check this out. This small dipper there, which is a water bird. I doubt the camera will pick it up, but this is the River Teviot, which is very low compared to what it normally is. But it's just such a superb place. We may have to come down here when the river's a bit higher, because these bits of rapids will, I think, look quite impressive. I hope I'm not boring you with this. It's just stuff that I'm into. You know, I like a bit of history. I love rivers, as I've said in an earlier video. And I love trees. And we've got all of that in bucket loads around here. Unfortunately, because of the restrictions, we can't get to most of it. I'd love to show you the border abbeys. They were destroyed under the orders of Henry VIII when he formed his own church and became head of the Church of England during the Reformation. But obviously I'll be able to tell you more about that when we actually visit the abbeys. And even though they're in ruins now, they are still very, very beautiful, very impressive buildings. And as soon as the restrictions are lifted, I think the first one we'll go to is Melrose Abbey, because there I can tell you the story of the real Braveheart, who actually wasn't William Wallace, as Mel Gibson would have you believe. But I'll tell that story later. There's also a bagpipe playing pig there, which firstly I'll have to find, and then I can tell you all about it. But in the meantime, we have these views. We have beautiful days like this, and we have very, very quiet roads. And on that note, let's move on again. Damn, that's a beautiful bike. That is so nice. She is the best machine I have ever owned. And I don't mind saying that. I'm sorry you guys that are on two wheels, but Ripley's better, I'm afraid, for me anyway. So, onward and upward. This was a spot I was planning to stop, but since there's a car here, I won't. But we'll stop here another time. I'll maybe do the Q&A down there or something like that. So I hope you enjoyed this little run through the countryside. I hope it didn't bore you too much down by the river there. And I'm going to head home now for a well-deserved beer and some lunch. So wherever you are, take care, stay safe. If you're out and about, ride safe. And I'll catch you next time.